With all that big Willie talk, you're playing yourself. With all that big gun talk, you're playing yourself. So, yesterday we talked to Erica Ford. She came on, shout out to her. She got a new book out. She's on Barnes & Noble on Fifth Avenue, all that. And I was just asking her what's going on in the streets, what she's hearing, what's going on with people and crime and, how are we staying out in front of it, et cetera, et cetera. She was like, look, everybody's going to jail.
What does it mean?
All the drill rappers that was talking greasy, all that big gun talk in the songs and on the YouTubes, jail. And at some point, we're going to have to realize that for a lot of these individuals that are born into this lifestyle or in neighborhoods where some of this going to jail is just a rites of passage.
That's true, too. In their perspective, for
sure. In their
world.
In their world, yeah.
The overall state of sort of New York, for lack of a better word, like the street rap of the last 10 years now, you could basically hit the button on the entire genre that has existed. I mean, it's an uncountable amount of people that have been knocked one way or another since Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah.
It's been like a slow but building list of people who end up going away for some amount of time. It's crazy.
That's right.
Or hurt.
Right. What'd you say, Cass?
I said or hurt.
Or hurt.
Yeah. Yes,
right.
exactly. I wanted to leave them out of the congrats, but correct.
Yeah.
It is some sort of terrible situation for so many people.
Well, the reason I bring that up here is because it's not conducive for a healthy music scene.
No.
And that's where you get the button.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
And like at some point the entire thing got thrown off. Like there was a time when the artists, they really of course were affiliated with some real deal people. And those people were like, you don't get involved in the street stuff. You give us your little shout out.
You make music and give us a path up out of here. Help us not be in jail.
Can we stop doing this and just roll with y'all? That's what we would like to do.
But now it's the
Rico.
There's no OGs, man. There's no elder statesmen of the streets that are making sure, or apparently not enough. It's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough that are making sure that the young creatives know, hey, man, you can rap about things you see, maybe even things you've been through, things other people are going through. But you yourself don't have to actually live this life. You have talent, you have potential, and let's figure out how to help you get up out of here and keep from being behind bars.
Yeah, man, it's so sad.
And without that elder statesmanship and guidance, unfortunately, you keep seeing talented people. Chef G's talented. Sleepy Hollow's
really
talented. These are talented people that, have to go sit down because of their involvement in these street activities. And that's a sad state of affairs, and it's this button.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Laura Styles, what you got?
I'm going to pass it over to Rosenberg because we were discussing this whole LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith situation that continues to go.
This thing is getting a life.
The fact that it's still going and y'all ain't fought yet, hit the button.
They not going to
Why
fight.
drag it? Oh, God.
Well, so you say, Shawnee, they not going to fight. So why is Stephen A. on his podcast talking about if LeBron would have put hands on me, I would have immediately swung on it? Why are we even at that stage?
Right.
What are we talking about? Hit the button, Stephen A. Why are you even acting like this is going to get physical?
Well, hold on, though. We got to be fair to Stephen for a second. That clip was literally moving around in 3 second form. So I just don't know what the 30 seconds were.
Context.
Yeah, it could have been a question on his stream that someone's like, blah, blah, and he's...
I would assume, yeah.
Right, but
he's a provocateur, but I don't think he's...
Okay, so boom. Someone asserts that, what would you have done if LeBron would have, grabbed you or put hands on you?
Right.
Why would you even address that comment? You're a professional, sir. You just got $100 million contract or something ridiculous from Disney. And you're talking about the potential of LeBron James at a game where he's also working.
Right.
Right.
And by the way,
he's going to risk it all.
And what LeBron said about him wasn't even that bad on the Pat McAfee thing.
Not what I heard. The stuff wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad at all.
Stephen A. did go on to say, by the way, that he would lose that fight. Just to be clear,
You know what? Hit the button. The fact that you needed to substantiate that claim.
But I listen. I still am confused about the entire, I guess, source of the beef. Namely, because does LeBron think that Stephen A. is the only one who is expressing those opinions?
No, I think it goes.
It's just he's the
I think,
loudest?
first of all, LeBron James gets the button for allowing this to become a thing where he felt like he needed to address Stephen A. in public on the sideline. I think we discussed that. While I understand it, while I understand the father being like, "Yo, my man, leave my son out your mouth," I get that. Your son's a professional basketball player with the spotlight on him. And also, not only did your son go to the league because he's talented and deserves it, but you made sure he got on your team.
Right, but then LeBron also said that he felt, or that Stephen A. said some things that got personal. And he said when you do personal stuff. I mean, I don't know exactly what Stephen A. said. This is just what LeBron said yesterday.
But the stuff that he's referring to, Cass,
Yeah.
is basically what Ebro's saying. It was the decision. It was people questioning LeBron's parenting to a certain extent and getting his son to the league and putting pressure on him and all these things. And don't get me wrong, all of it can be true. I can get why you'd be offended by it. But let's not act like it's your innocent baby in the crib. This is a grown man playing in the league.
He's outside now.
He's outside, man.
now.
Like the whole relationship's outside. Like
Right.
it's
outside
all now, and you're the biggest athlete in the world.
At a certain point, and parents struggle with this, by the way. Parents struggle with this. It is your child, yes. You want to protect them, yes. But at a certain point, you need to let them deal with what they got to deal with on their journey without your protection. That's just, whether that is, you've told them multiple times, don't touch that. It's hot. Okay. You're going to have to get burned now.
You're going to learn today.
You're going to learn today. And parents don't want to allow that, and that continues to create an atmosphere where your child is going to bump their head and think that they're going to be protected because they're not always going to be protected.
But that exact mentality is why there are a contingency of people who didn't think Bronny even going to the Lakers was dope in the first place.
Yes, you're one of them.
Because it wasn't him learning today. It was, I'm coddling you into the league, not, hey, you want to join the league? You're going to get drafted somewhere. It would be super cool if once you're in this league, we find a way to play together. But that's not what happened.
And let me take it another side. The reason I enjoyed Bronny going to the Lakers is because I'm like, oh, okay, y'all stepping in the flames. You guys want the spotlight. You guys want the smoke.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
So now you got it. Now you got it, and you're mad at it.
You want the world to be like, nah, I'm LeBron James, and I'm going to bully up and get my son where I want my son to go. And you're ready for everything that comes with that.
Right. Haters going to hate. It's
Haters
whatever.
going to hate. It is what it is. I earned it, and me and my son is riding out. We selling jerseys. We doing it all, baby. Right. And I was with it. But then in the same token, you want to allow... Oh, well, now you make it. You made it personal.
Right.
You made it personal because you put your family on full display for all of us and brought your son into a professional level. I think, listen, honestly, I think everything's a work. I think these people have been in the spotlight so long that they know how to work us, man. They know how to get us going.
Well,
Steven
certainly does.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He's a provocateur. Like that's literally why he just got.
And I think LeBron knows, bro. You step to Stephen A. mid-game on the sideline.
Right. Cameras on.
Bro, you know how often LeBron covers his mouth while he's talking on the sideline to make sure people ain't reading their lips? Yo, athletes do that all the time.
Now you stand up with your hands on
now
your hips
hands
like,
is on your hips
keep
and
my
you
son
hovering over
name
Stephen
out
A.
your mouth.
Yo, we got work, guys. We got work, and we're into it. We're
He's
into
like,
it.
well, you know I'd have swung on him if it was if they was
now
holding me back.
Now we throwing hands. Stephen A. and LeBron are throwing hands. Stop it. Make it stop.
And you knew the second LeBron decided to sit down with Pat in Indianapolis because they were in Indy. He goes to do an in-studio sit-down with Pat and does an hour and 15 minutes live in person.
Crazy.
Which, by the way, congratulations to Pat. That is a huge get to get that with LeBron James. And they talked about a ton of stuff. You knew the thing that was going to move, and the main reason, you knew this was going to come. And guys, you realize Pat McAfee's show is on ESPN.
Yes.
Right after.
So it's all I mean,
Yo, man.
hit us all with the budget.
Yo, man, big up to Disney, man. Mickey Mouse, y'all doing y'all thing over there with this one, baby.
This is
And for everybody that thinks this ain't a work, you get this butt.